I get everybody's attention for just a second, I just wanted to say congratulations. We made it to the final week of class. We're here. We're right around the corner. We only have a few days left until our last assignment, our last speech is due. We made it. And I don't know if there's anybody here that was like me, but I signed up for this class and I'm thinking, man, public speaking online, now that's a class that I'm looking forward to, because I can sit at my house, I can talk to a camera, I don't have to get up in front of anybody and give an awkward speech and feel uncomfortable and get the sweats and forget my lines and everything else. This is going to be a piece of cake, right? I don't know, but it's not exactly how I was picturing the class to go, because I found that I struggle a little bit when I'm talking to a camera. My reality has shifted a lot. And even teacher gave us an email before the class started that said, hey, you know, this class isn't probably for everybody. You got to be a little bit tech savvy, and there's a few things that we're going to do in this class that are kind of unique, and there's a couple of, you know, warning signs, and it's like, it's a piece of cake, you know. This is online public speaking. And even then, I never really thought about what online public speaking really was, besides a, you know, class on my trek and my education that I wanted to get taken care of, right? Well, I found that not speaking to a real audience is a lot harder than it looks. When I'm setting up at my house or I'm trying to practice my speech, you know, I can't just, you know, practice it as easy as I was thinking I was going to be able to. My house is a madhouse. I have 5 kids. I have their friends over. I have my friends stopping by. My in-laws are always over. My parents stop by. My house, like, if there's not 10 people here at any given time, there's something wrong. It is Grand Central Station. And so, you know, as I try to set up my camera, I found that it takes a lot of takes to try to get something going. You know, my camera dies because I have to restart all the time. The balls come flying through, the phone rings, somebody walks in. Here comes my kids again. Oh, there's Dad again. What is he doing? Man, he's nuts. He's always got something weird in the living room with the camera. I also found that taking notes and putting it on a piece of paper is really easy. You know, we've all taken English 102, and this is kind of like English 102. We write that essay, but then once we're done with that essay, we got to strip it down to a couple of note cards, memorize it, and then present it in front of a camera. So it's a little bit more in depth. This is a class that really teaches you a lot, and it makes you work a little bit harder than I was kind of thinking. And I found that when my notes, my pieces of paper, go into my mind and out my mouth, nothing matches. And it is one of the most difficult and frustrating things that I've ever dealt with, is trying to figure out how to better myself at that. And so it's been a work in progress for sure. You know, I was thinking about public speaking, and, you know, where's it going, and, you know, why is it that we're doing this online class, and why is it even offered? And I found out there is a lot of opportunities to speak, you know, public speaking. And we might not be politicians or TV personalities, but we're going to experience public speaking. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when and how often. And being able to present yourself is really, really key in expressing those points that you're trying to get somebody to understand. Last week there was a conference at Intel. It was IDF 15, Intel Developers Forum 2015. And there's one of the keynote speakers there. His name was Mark Burnett, and I'm not sure if you guys know him, but he created Survivor, The Apprentice, some of his other shows. Well, a few years back he started a show called Gold Rush, and it was all online pop culture questions. People would answer, and then the top ones would fly, and he would do some things. So even back in 2006, there was this interest in online participation in some of these shows. And so right now Mark Burnett's bringing on another show, and it's more of a do-it-yourself training, and how they're looking for the next greatest thing, and people from all over the United States are essentially doing what we're doing in this class. They have to come up with what they want to show somebody. They have to present it. They have to record it in front of a camera. They have to upload it and submit it to YouTube. And I'm not sure if it's YouTube, but it's an online system, and they're doing everything that we're doing in this class, which is really, really interesting. And the whole realm of do-it-yourself, DIY systems, there's a lot of them. Microsoft, Intel, a lot of the training programs, they're doing a lot of do-it-yourself recording. And it's I've taken a lot of other classes, not through college, but through other Microsoft and some other ones, that it used to be all in a classroom, and now it's not in a classroom. A lot of it's in front of a computer, and there's cameras and things like that. And so the whole shift in our society, there's actually a lot of really good use for online public speaking, because it's all around us, and it's getting more and more involved. You know, after this whole class is over and done with, I think that there's a few things that I've taken away from it. There's been a lot of things I've taken away from it, but a few things that I think is still important to touch on is, you know, your appearance is, interestingly, more important than perhaps it should be. A lot of people look at a professional or somebody that they're expecting something from. They have this expectation of what they should look like, and so just making sure that you dress the part goes a long way in that credibility. Something else that I think is important is, no matter how good or how bad your speech is, or your presentation, or your report, make sure that you leave them with something to remember that by. And I think that's kind of my goal is, now it's not a matter of presenting my coworkers or some other staff my information or presenting it to them, but it's, I want them to remember key points, and I'm really hone in on those and make sure that those main points are something that they do remember. I've also learned that I work in the IT industry, and I found that I've never uploaded a video to YouTube in my life until the last couple of months. Something that I am actually glad that I learned is there are a lot of neat tools out there like Prezi, and just learning the technical side of recording yourself, you know, transferring it to your computer, converting it, uploading it into YouTube, taking that link, learning how to share it, and things like that. Those are probably some of the most interesting tips, even from an IT guy, that I just take it for granted. I watch a lot, but I never really had to do it. And so, you know, I think that those are some of the things that I'd like to try to remember. And I thought, you know, thinking maybe that's something that you guys could also remember as well. So overall, you know, thank you guys for giving me all your feedback and trying to help me out, and I've really learned a lot. I think that this has been a much more interesting class than this experience was drastically different than I was thinking it was going to be. But I also appreciate it. You know, our teacher has probably some of the he really wants to help us out. It's that genuine loves to teach and wants to share that information. You can get the vibe and that feeling, and I think that really has helped me out. And I've gotten frustrated, and I haven't exactly performed as well as I think that I should have, and I think that there's a lot of room to work on. But I really thank all you guys for giving me your feedback, and you know, here's to you. Here's to another quarter, and one more assignment to go, and nice work, everybody. Thank you.